Guys, it's time to get the brand new Omega Shenron, and apparently he's one of the best units in the game. All right, we just got Kovegu in the last episode. Make sure you guys check it out if you haven't. All right, and here we go. Let's get it started. The name of the unit is Drago. You can get him in the Stardust banner. Now, we're going to actually check out all forms of this in this video. So don't worry, you'll be able to see the 5-star, the 6-star, and the 7-star all in one video. So make sure you guys watch the entire thing. And I'm going to be honest, this guy is definitely worth your while. All right, so spoiler alert, get him. Anyways, let's start off by heading in here to the banner, because the banner has some new units in there as well. All right, Bond is in the banner currently, which is pretty cool. So we're going to cop him, and we might film a video on him a little bit later, but let's go get Bond real quick. Hey, we got Double Trouble. Let's go. We'll check him out in a little bit on a different video. All right, now let's go check out the new Shenrons. All right, so we have a Shenron Duo, and then it's Omega Shenron afterwards. Again, we're checking them all out in this video, and let's just say you're gonna like it. Here we go. Let's get it started with the giveaway. So if we can get this video to 1,000 likes, we're gonna be doing a really nice giveaway for you guys. I'm gonna be giving away let's see here. We'll do for 1,000 likes, I'll give away the brand new limited shop unit, and if it sells out, we'll do Star Pass instead. So if you guys are interested in the shop unit, let's get this to 1,000 likes before this unit sells out. So here we go. Let's get it started. Like and subscribe to enter in that. All right, here we go. I'm kind of curious to see how good this Shenron is, because I don't know, we had a Shenron from a Christmas event, but that's been a hot minute, so I'm kind of curious to see if this one's gonna actually be worth it or not. So here we go, let's get it. And okay, so this one's a ground unit, nature type. All right, nature typing, interesting. Okay, good, I didn't instantly die this time like I did the other times. Is good. And attack VFX. Okay, this is the attack VFX. All right, Ice Nova combo. He's like holding him. Oh my gosh, I don't know what is going on right there. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but some decent damage. All right, so same thing like the last unit. The damage leaves a little bit to be desired. So I would say this Evo form is kind of a skip, kind of like a fodder type thing. Not really a big fan. So let's get the first Evo to Omega Shenron. All right, so the first Evo is into the 6-star. All right, we should have plenty for both. So here we go. 6-star Omega Shenron, Sin Dragon. Looking pretty freaking good. There we go. And then for his Evo after the Sin Dragon, it's kind of the same. I'm kind of confused. Omega Dragon. You're only going to need 4 more balls, so it's pretty easy to get. So let's check out the 6-star version, and then we'll check out the 7-star version. All right, I'm going to be honest. They look pretty similar to me, but I think they are technically different. Anyways, here we go. Let's check this one out. Now, I did hear the final form had some meta abilities, so I'm curious to see what those are and how worth they're going to be. I heard they're also good for raid mode, because I know SSJ4 Gogeta had some nice raid mode action going on as well. So starting stats, this guy is nature. Now, I believe you can also get 7-star cell from his raid, which is kind of cool. All right, so there we go. This is his starting VFX. All right, placement count looks like 8 on the 6-star, which is good. Oh, I like they have hotkeys. All right, also, of course, guys, they added in some QOL. Say what? All right, here we go. 34K cheap upgrades. Kind of reminds me of like Cell stats right now. And then we got overhead negativity beam. That's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. All right, and then we got gigantic blaze with a crazy AoE. And then maxed out 6.65 million without a buff. With the max buff, we got 26 for 6. And again, with the 8 placement, not the greatest. We're looking at like 30 to 40 million DPS with a mid-size AoE for the 6-star. So let's go check out the 7-star now. Again, this guy's okay, but he reminds me a lot like Cell level stats. So definitely a little bit outdated stats on that. So let's get the 7-star, the meta one. All right, here we go. Let's unequip him, and let's get the big kahuna, Omega Shenron, and bang! There we go, guys. Omega Dragon, Omega Shenron. Let's cook. Let us cook. Level 175, 59,000 blessing special ability. So you guys probably want to see the blessing. So we're going to equip this bad boy. And here's the blessing. It's, wow, what a blessing. Honestly, this is kind of cool. You know, I think we might have to slide this with SSJ4's blessing. Oh, wait, doesn't work together. All right, anyway, so this is the blessing. I don't know. It's kind of like in front of my face. It's a little weird, but I will be honest, it does look cool. So WRL Blessing, let me know in the chat. And we do have this aura as well, covering like my entire face. So judging by the size of this aura, he better be pretty powerful. 25% on pure evil category units. He's pretty nice. So we're going to have him in our leader slot for the damage testing and max level. So make sure you factor that in when we're looking at his DPS, that I do have him in the leader slot. If he is not in your leader slot and you don't have your combos correctly, he will be doing a little bit less damage. But I'm going to be honest, if you're bringing in a 7-star, you probably should be getting the max DPS out of him. All right, 74,000 on placement with the current stack. Not bad. And the VFX... Oh, not this crap again. It keeps doing this to me. It keeps doing this to me. All right, here we go. We're back. Hopefully it works this time. All right, it's going to instantly kill me now. No, good. There we go. So that's at the starting VFX. Honestly, pretty good. Here we go. And bang. Not bad at all. All right, first upgrades are cheap for raid mode to get you a decent amount of DPS. And that hybrid upgrade is also very cheap as well. So he is taking out those air units with a decent cone. All right, that cone is very livable, and the VFX are cool. 10,000 really, really cheap upgrades, guys. So he's up to over 1 million DPS with no buff. And pretty nice thing. So here we go. He has a passive, enchant change. When attacking, change enemy enchant to electric. What? So he also is a type changer, which means he's doing triple damage no matter what. I did not realize he's a type changer, kind of like how I like to use Asta. Negative energy shroud. So we only spent 60k for this. Deploys a domain effect for 420 seconds. Jeez, that's like the entirety of a raid mode. All enemies move 10% slower and stacks with slows. So I believe that happens even after you spawn it. So negative energy shroud. And yeah, every enemy that spawns in will also have that as well. So he's basically a built-in slow that does stack like so. And okay, let me see if it stacks. I want to see if it stacks with wax slow or just slow. It overrode it. Does it actually stack? Okay, I don't know. It looked like it went over top of it, so I don't know how that stacks entirely, but weird. All right, 420 negative karma ball. So now we're in the infinite mode upgrade. Actually, no, this is still a raid mode upgrade. So you could theoretically have him doing with the right buff unit, which would be Leafa in a raid mode. 503 million damage and 10 SPA. So he can literally nuke bosses. All right, infinite mode upgrade and infinite mode upgrade, and of course, single placement. So let's go wait for this to get restarted here. And he also has this ability as well. Oh, that's kind of cool. Or maybe that's the buff sign. I don't know what sign that is. That's new. Maybe that's the enchant change. All right, here we go. Ability to lose. Okay, so basically it's kind of like Luffy's old ability. If you lose within 7 seconds of use, it pushes the enemies back. So use it when you're about to die and it'll push the enemies back. Pretty cool. So does that one have okay, 7 seconds to activate rebirth. And then the enemy hits your base. And then you get revived. So pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna wait for this buff to reset here. Let's get the 3x. And honestly, I'm really liking his damage. Damage is actually looking really freaking good. So bang. 1.7 billion damage with a 10 SPA is not bad at all. 170 million DPS, not bad. And crazy range and decent size AoE. And what makes him really good, he's a slow and an enchant changer, which can be pretty nice. So I can see him being used on teams with other nature units to really get a nice combo going. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Here you go, guys. Peace.